Good morning, everybody. This is Mary Ellen coming back today for your daily love energy forecast. We're going to take a look at Spirit says your experiences in love. So there's the card. Very interesting. I love it. Another power animal, so to speak. That is horse. So we're going to put that right there. And I'm just going to take a brief look at the book. We're going to pull from the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. And one card from the Journey of Love, and then we're going to jump in. Spirit's saying we're going to take a deep dive into the Rider Waite. Just see what the aspects are. My spirit guides always call it from the heavens, from the sacred realm. What is the energy that's coming through that you're working with on this day? So, horse. The first notation, my spirit guides always call things notations, is stealing horses is stealing power. It was a statement made frequently in historical Native America and a reference to the esteemed role that horse played in Native cultures. Horse's physical power and unearthly power combined. In shamanistic practices throughout the world, horse enables shamans to fly through the air and to reach heaven. So this is a very long reading. I think I'm going to leave it at that just to give us some idea about the energy that we're talking about. So let's grab a card from the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. We're thinking about flying through the air to reach heaven. And we have been talking about transmutation. And, okay, Spirit's talking about transformation versus transmutation. So I think that's what we're talking about. All the different aspects we've been looking at of what happens. Okay, that's the card they want. This is beautiful. That's the rattle. And it is about, Spirit says, it's the same notion. It's about using your physical, okay, the word that's coming through is attributes. Shaking the rattle is a shamanistic tool specifically meant to help you invoke the energy. So that's number 43. Let's take a look. About, Spirit's talking about moving the energy. So the essence of rattle, it is the spirit caller, carrying the shaman's prayer to the four directions. The body of the rattle is like earth, spinning on its axis. And with the aid of rattle, the medicine woman instills a desired destiny in her future. When we offer our prayers for the highest good of all, everything we need is provided for us. The rattle comes to invite you to work with the tools of spirit. You are consciously stepping into partnership with the divine. This is the time for courageous deeds. Do not let your hesitation get in the way of your expression. What you are trying to craft in terms of your own desires and expectations already exists. It is standing before you. Do not attempt in this moment to spin the world to your benefit. You are being offered the Creator's tools, which must be put to use to serve a divine purpose. So clearly for today, they're talking about working with ascension energy. And let's grab one card from the Journey of Love. Spirit, what's the message about this day, about this ascension energy, which Spirit says that's what we've been talking about as we've been moving our human destiny from that of a collective heartbreak to that. Okay, look. I think that's the card. That is falling. Love it. Thank you, Spirit. It's number 14 from the Journey of Love Oracle deck. That's lovely. We've had this before, I think. All right. Whew, falling and being light like a feather while this movement is happening, and we create our own magic and move the energy of transmutation forward. So we're going to look into the Rider Waite about that, but I have a feeling there's a theme going on already. So the card is falling, and the text says, don't worry, You might fear that you are falling, but it's just your own soul diving deeper into the ocean of bliss. You are sensing parts of your life flying away from you. It may feel out of control as the momentum of your divine surrender takes over and becomes more powerful than the old adhesive between you and what no longer serves you. It is time to celebrate and ponder. Whether it makes sense or not, you are like a perfectly ripe fruit falling from the universal tree, succulent and ready to be enjoyed for all that you are. You are being called into divine union and into fulfillment of your destiny. Wow, beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. Wow. All right. So, pardon me about the computer. Let's look at the Rider Waite and see what this has to do with our individual energy today. Spirit, can you give me some messages, please? About the progression and the unfolding of the messages that have been coming forward about love. Today we are talking about using love. Look at that. Okay, gang. You know, it's one of the reasons I shuffle live. You couldn't make it up. All right, let's see. We've got a couple of cards here. So first card out, the Magician. So we are talking about moving energy forward. And, you know, as my spirit guides have been talking about, what people call the Great Awakening, the event, Spirit saying again, Ascension energy. There's the next card. King of Wands. As we move in this direction into 4D and 5D, these are the types of things that we're going to experience, Spirit says, and they're using the cards because they want us to see the natural progression, the whole progression. So what's coming through today is they're talking about, yes, we're talking about, okay, I've got to show you this. We're talking about love energy, definitely, but we want you to see the progression in that direction. If you haven't seen, look, okay, I'm going to put them down as they're coming out. If you haven't seen your individual soul cycle reading, they're all done except Libra. Been a very busy little bee, and I'm getting them out as fast. I've got one. I think, you know what? I did Libra. It's Aquarius. So that'll be coming out today in case you're curious. So look at this. Spirit says just look at the progression. That's part of why the cards are coming out the way they are. There is definitely magic, and you are learning to wield your magic and to understand what humans call magic on the spiritual level. It is about manifestation. It's about moving the sun, Spirit saying, the male energy, into its rightful position. Wow, cards are just falling out. All right. So, amazing. You know, if you don't know what's happening with your astrology, or with astrology in general, please go and take a look. Look at that. Pretty amazing. So, thank you, Spirit, so much. Boy, there was a push this morning, and now I see why. So, let's take a look into these cards. We see the energy of the Magician. Now in the primary position, Spirit's calling it. And in that primary position, we see the King of Wands. Passionate energy. Sitting in a place of power. Sprouting new growth. Here on the earth. That's what my spirit guides are talking about. They've been talking about this through the readings in general, but today this is the focus. When we are able to wield our power when it comes to passion, and Spirit's talking about divine love, universal love, the love of compassion, it is when we are able to rule our divine passion in this way and step forward with our own internal power combined with the movement of our soul destiny, which is why horse is here, very swiftly coming into alignment. And shamanistically, within ourselves, shaking the rattle and being light so that the winds of heaven can bring us forward on the magic that is available to us every day. That's part of this message. Then we become the master of our domain when it comes to love and passion in this place, on this planet, the Ace of Pentacles. And it is these aspects that create this new inspiration. And our awareness, Spirit's talking about our awareness to understand the cycles of humanity and how our spirit selves connect with that. So they're talking about the rising, which means if you look at the Ace of Pentacles and you look at the Star card, and then we go upward again, and there's the Ace of Wands. And it is the magic of the moment that brings forward this clarity about the things that my guides were just talking about. The mystical energy of passion and desire and love, the things that we call love, and the things that before these moments, because we are coming into greater awareness, and we're moving in that direction very quickly. They're talking about 2019 again, the cycle. This is the cycle. So yeah, it's interesting. Yesterday they were talking about finding love with our maturity. And so this is our maturity state, my guides are saying. And it is the photograph of us coming into our power. It is stable power. So the Emperor is here on the bottom right. And the power of the Emperor, which is sometimes thought to be a little arrogant, over-controlling, not very willing in some ways to participate. But this energy too, our desire for absolute control is beginning to dissolve because we are learning about the energy of the Star card and the Sacred Magician in our own lives. So we have this situation where magic comes forward. And what Spirit's saying is whether you are allowing the alignment or not, these things are moving forward. And so we see the Magician bringing forward the moment of clarity with the Sacred Rattle, the Ace of Swords, which brings forward the Ace of Wands. And it is this clarity that is moving our destiny forward clearly and turning the wheel of fortune. This is, I think today's energy is really Spirit's talking about all of humanity and wanting to confirm some of the things that come out of my mouth, Spirit says, about the way the progression happens. So look back at some of the other readings. We've been through a really interesting transition with sacred winds, with transmutation, with healing heartbreak, a lot of shamanistic events unfolding as is prophesied for 2019. So in the realm of horse, we have the companion card, Spirit says, the Ace of Wands, inspiration coming from the heavens. Spirit says, when the sky opens and we begin to be able to see, yes, the messages come very rapidly, and we begin this cycle. And it does bring justice. And you know, we've had a lot of balancing showing up on the table in the cards. So we come with our inspiration forward because destiny is turning. Here we have the Pentacles, the Star card, and the Ace of Wands. And because of the way it is turning, because of the magic that we've been wielding, we take another movement forward. And Spirit's saying that's why the Emperor is here. Because in a sense, the Emperor is seen as more powerful than, Spirit's saying, the kings. It is a more exalted form of power. And this male energy that moves us forward, because we've seen the sun in the reading so much, it is that which comes to balance and transforms because of the justice, because of the clarity that we bring forward. And we are looking for justice here on this planet. Spirit says, by the way, we know that. Those of you that are here to pick up this message, there is nothing about that I need to tell you. So the wheel is definitely turning. The wheel of fortune is here. And it is transitioning. And the other thing about this is, you know, we are talking about what's happening on the earth. That is the Ace of Pentacles. And the Wheel of Fortune for the destination, Spirit saying, of the earth creatures, the earth beings, it's turning. And it's turning us in this direction. The thing that we have previously considered the exaltation of power on this planet. And we are seeing the Wheel of Fortune turning, and we know what's happening in politics, so I'm kind of finding this a little interesting on that realm. A friend of mine has been begging me to do a soul cycle reading for our president here in the United States. So, you know what? If you have any interest in that, put a comment on the thread. I'm tempted to succumb, but I try not to go there. So, you know, here we are. As we're coming towards the new moon, there is a balancing going on. And it is bringing forward this shamanistic destiny where we come into our place of knowing and understanding and inspiration. The magic of the shamanistic change, the rattle, and the horse, reflecting the wind that is moving forward so rapidly. 3 aces, the Star card, and the Wheel of Fortune. And around all of those beautiful power points, we see 2 notations about male power here on this planet and the way it is being used. And you know, it's interesting because we have the King of Wands here. Also, once again, looking outward, looking forward. And Spirit's telling me we are looking at where we have been. And we are coming into the magic of these moments because we are able to be light. And like a feather, our soul destiny is being blown into its destination because we are willing to be light of heart and light of mind. And it is the magic of that, of the submission to our destiny and to that which we know in our heart chakra, that brings forward a new starting place, Ace of Pentacles, and moves us into our destiny about love and passion and what it is we can bring here in a very clear way. So it's also significant that the Ace of Swords is here to ignite the star moment coming forward, which changes our destiny upon the earth. And it is all of this inspiration that leads us to stable power with justice and with inspiration and with clarity in this realm, my spirit guides are saying. So, you know what? I'm going to leave it at that. Clearly, if you're involved in a love relationship, easily to look at these cards and interpret it as fated meetings, which my spirit guides talk about a lot, destiny, soulmates, past life, interaction, spirit saying, or what we have, spirit says, what we have previously called twin flame. When you meet someone who really ignites your entire being, Spirit says this is what it would look like. So some of you clearly out there are experiencing that based on the people who are coming forward for private readings. I know it to be true. There is a lot of shamanistic unfolding in personal relationships, but also individually. People are evolving into a shamanistic nature. So folks, I would love to hear from you about this message. It's beautiful and profound today. Allow yourself to fall lightly into this place on the sacred winds, on the energy of horse and the shake of the shaman's rattle to bring us forward into our destiny as we approach the new moon in Pisces in just a couple of days. Thanks everyone for being here. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.